I looked over at Faith and I could not believe that she was there. Like, she was here in person today. Like, she's the passenger in my car today. And it was just like one of those good moments that, like, I was so grateful for her to be here.
So the accident happened in front of Sacred Heart, in front of Roncalli. I was letting pedestrians cross and I was rear-ended. I went to the hospital after the accident, but we only did an x-ray of my neck, and I had a sprained neck. And then 2 weeks later, I got an MRI of my head and they found the tumor. I found out about the cancer when I was visiting my doctor to talk about the concussion and, you know, what I should do about school and stuff like that. They had told me to stop going to school because my concussion was just too bad.
First, like, you know, my heart dropped because I was like, okay, are you in trouble? Like, what's going on? And she said that she had a tumor in her brain.
Where Faith's tumor was located is an area of the brain that's called the insular region, which is a very kind of a delicate area, both to get to and then work within. Many surgeons, neurosurgeons, will often biopsy tumors in this area because of that reason, because it's challenging and because of the important structures that are nearby.
About 2 weeks before my surgery, I found out I was going to be awake during my surgery. They had told me that I was only going to be awake for about 45 minutes and that I wouldn't remember it, but I was actually awake for 2 hours during my surgery being asked questions, and I remember it, and I also felt some pressure during the surgery.
But what was important was to have her awake during the surgery, and the reason why was to make sure that her speech was preserved and that her function was preserved.
After it, I was asleep for about 3 days. I was a potato. It took me less than a month to be back living on my own, doing my usual thing, actually even driving too. So I think it went really well. I truly love my decision to go with Dr. Maurer. My friends throughout this process have been the best help in the world. They actually showed up at the hospital on the day of my surgery before I did. I basically had an entourage, and my whole family remembers how supportive they were.
We woke up at 4:30 in the morning, and when I was like sitting there, I didn't know what to say to her because it's just like, this is it. Like, you know, like I had no words to say to her, and I felt really bad because, you know, obviously she needs the support.
After the surgery, I was staying with my aunt, and she was a nurse. I was pretty anxious to get back to my old routine, trying to be myself more and more every day. The hardest part was probably taking a shower. Not being able to stand there and do what I normally do just was a big burden on me. I mean, I'm surely fine now, but at the time it was the craziest thing to think about. It was probably what got me upset.
The chemotherapy is what we call an alkylating agent. That's the standard type of chemotherapy, and it's in a pill form, an oral form. And so she'll be able to take that. They usually take every day and kind of cycle on and cycle off. But it's typically very well tolerated. And the goal of that is to keep these tumor cells kind of at bay and make it so that they don't transform to a higher grade. What is remaining, I should say.
Now I feel like she appreciates everything more. Before she got in the car, she like looked at me. She looked up at the sky and she was just like, Nina, it's a beautiful day today. Like, she was just like, I'm here. Like, it's so beautiful out. And, you know, I looked at it back at her and I was just like, you are here right now.
My plan for the future is to graduate, move on, become an accountant, be successful, have a family, and get a puppy. I really want a puppy.
I had a good feeling about her, and I was right. She was just so cool and calm.
I feel like even though like school is being held off for her right now, I know she's driven to finish school, and she will. Knowing her as a person, I know she will. Weeks out of her surgery, you know, she got a job and she is doing something, and it just shows what kind of a person she is, because she works hard, and you know, she doesn't want to be the type to just sit around and do nothing. life works in mysterious ways. So for her to, you know, still be here, I'm forever grateful that she's here and still in my life.
I think that car accident was really a blessing in disguise.
After everything, I'm pretty sure I'm more grateful for everything in my life and the people that have, you know, helped me through this hard stuff. I take every day just better and brighter and hope to do something better every day and get back into school and get back to myself.